Welcome to the Forum 2009 Power Sharing Government for Tasmania. My name is Marianne Nicholson and I'm the convener for Tasmanians for Healthy Democracy. I'd like to start the evening with Welcome to Country. We have Leonie Dixon, who's a member of the Aboriginal community. If you'd like to come up, Leonie, and do Welcome to Country. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to our country Aboriginal land. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners on whose land we're meeting this evening and pay respects to our elders past and present in the Aboriginal community. And I hope your meeting is successful. Polika, thank you.
I'd like to welcome everyone here and just start with the welcome to our official guests. We have the Lord Mayor Alderman Rob Valentine, Deputy Lord Mayor Greens Alderman Helen Burnett, Alderman Bill Harvey, Cassie O'Connor, who's representing Nick McKim for the Leader of the Greens Party, Independent Candidate for Denison, Andrew Wilkie, Alderman Jenny Branch, Liberals Candidate for Denison. And I have a lot of people that have apologised, and just bear with me. I'd like to pass on the apologies from Premier David Bartlett, Attorney General Lara Giddings, Leader of the Liberal Party Will Hodgman, Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party Jeremy Rockcliffe, Leader of the Tasmanian Greens Nick McKim, the Honourable Sue Napier, the Honourable Ruth Forrest, the Honourable Don Wing, the Honourable Lynn Thorpe, the Honourable Mike Gaffney, the Honourable Sue Smith, the Honourable Michael Aird, Minister Lisa Singh, the Mayor of the Clarence City Council, Jock Campbell, Alderman Michelle Higgins, Alderman Elsie Archer and Liberal Candidate for Denison, Alderman Ian Howard, Matt Broome, who's a Liberal Candidate for Denison, Ross Butler, who's a Labor candidate for Denison, Julian Law, who's a Liberal candidate for Franklin, Professor Michael Stokes, Professor Rick Snell, Tim Foley from TASCOS, Gerald Lauren from Tasmanian Community Fund, Tom Baxter from the School of Government, University of Tasmania, and Andrew Ricketts from the Environment Association in Deloraine. All these people have other engagements tonight and they're really looking forward to hearing about how the forum goes, and we will be engaging with them with a report from this forum and comments from yourself. Tonight's program will involve further preliminaries and an introduction to Power Sharing Government by myself. Kate Crowley, our moderator, will introduce our panellists, and then we'll have about 10 minutes per panellist to talk about their topic and their specialty. Then there'll be a question and answer session and some closing words from myself. So we should be finished about 10 past 8. So there's going to be filming and maybe some photos of tonight's events. They're for our records and the media and a YouTube video and potentially a DVD. If you don't wish to be on the video footage, please notify Simon, our cameraman, of this. We're also planning to collate the information from tonight and create a report, as I said, to present to the politicians and make available to the public. To make this report as democratic as possible, we encourage you to complete the questionnaire that's available on the tables. We also encourage you to donate towards the cost of the forum and future action before you leave. We have a pledge form available on the table for that as well. And if you'd like to be part of the process and consider joining Tasmanians for Healthy Democracy, we've got membership forms in the front foyer. So last week in Tasmania, 56 people were arrested on the steps of Parliament House, including ABC gardening guru Peter Cundall. The police have lamented on their ways, however, this was the latest in a string of undemocratic actions taken by the people in control of this state. We believe that the time has come to make a significant change to the political culture in Tasmania. We're approaching a state election and have the opportunity to make that change a reality. Now, positive change is needed at every level of Tasmanian society, from the grassroots right through to the political leaders and parties of this state. We aim in this forum to review and discuss the strategies to achieve this. People have asked me, what's power-sharing government? Well, our definition is that simply it's a government that shares power with the people, a democracy, perhaps. Tasmanians for Healthy Democracy believe that a power-sharing government is a community-inclusive, progressive government. It's also one that restores faith in our ability to achieve positive change as a community. Respectful, collaborative, constructive relationships between politicians, parties and the public could result in a power-sharing democracy. Politicians incorporating effective leadership into ethically based governance could assist with this process. Establishing the appropriate framework to empower the Tasmanian people is essential. Deliberative democracy and other techniques to be discussed tonight could also assist with this. Now, once formed, power-sharing government throughout Tasmanian society could provide opportunities for Tasmania to become a vibrant, healthy democracy. Now, I'd like to hand over to our moderator for tonight, Associate Professor Kate Crowley from the School of Government, University of Tasmania, to talk more about power-sharing governments and introduce our panellists. Thank you.
Thanks very much for that, Marion. What I'll actually do is just tell you as moderator, we have a very tight program tonight, so without further ado, I'll explain to you how the night's going to go. We've got 4 distinguished speakers who are each going to give us their thoughts on power-sharing government. They've got 10 minutes each, and what I'm intending to do is take them one after each other, and that'll leave us half an hour for discussion and for filling in your questionnaires at the end. Can I just say before we go any further, particularly for serial texters, that you turn off your mobile phones, everybody, including me. And I guess in case we forget to do it later on, we should thank Tasmanians for a Healthy Democracy and Marion in particular for their community initiative tonight. I think that it's a wonderful thing to have community debate about contested issues, and we really don't do enough of it in Tasmania. It's a very healthy sign of a good democracy when you do have debate, so well done for that. Our first speaker tonight is Richard Herr. Associate Professor Richard Herr has taught at the University of Tasmania for 36 years until recently retiring and taking up part-time teaching in the School of Law, I believe. He's held a variety of positions. I don't intend to go through his CV, which is extensive, but just to say he has written on aspects of parliamentary democracy, elections and South Pacific affairs in particular. He holds a number of visiting positions, let's just say around the globe. He holds non-residential appointments as well as adjunct professorial fellow at the University of Fiji, which is an interesting place to be at the moment. And he's also an affiliated faculty member through his ocean studies at the University of Oslo in Norway. But more pertinent to tonight, he's been an active researcher and advisor on representative democracy. He's one of my mentors, and we're all used to hearing him on the radio, and he takes that job very seriously and is always really well versed before he gives an opinion, and is impartial and very useful in guiding us through these sorts of affairs that we're going to be talking about tonight. He's also had a parallel career in consultancy and community affairs, and again pertinent to tonight, he's undertaken a review of the local government elections, and that review assisted the introduction of postal balloting in Tasmanian local government elections, which I believe increase the participation rate, and anything that increases the participation rate in elections has got to be a good thing. I think I'll leave it there, except to say that Richard received a Medal of the Order of Australia in 2007, the Queen's Birthday Honours List, for services to higher education in the field of political science and for his commentary on political affairs. So we're very lucky to have Richard here tonight to hear his 10 minutes of wisdom. Thanks, Richard.